Hello students, this is the next lecture in continuation. We were discussing about the database management system. In this lecture, we will discuss about the advantages, disadvantages, then the database users. First of all, we will start with the advantages and disadvantages. If we talk about the advantages, we talked about in the traditional file processing system, what happened, redundancy was there, multiple files were there. If the same records are repeated again and again. So here it was reduced, redundancy was reduced, means no duplication was there. Simultaneous access means you can access the data with number of users at a time. You can simultaneously access to the database from different location. Then is the security. This the database system has the security features which protects the data from the unauthorized access. Then consistency is maintained, which means that if the data has been updated at one location, the same data will be reflected at other location also. Same data is consistent everywhere. The structure and data application are independent in database management system. It supports multiple views. The user can manipulate any data or any part of the data as per the requirement and the purpose. So these are the advantages. If we talk about the disadvantages, as everything comes with the pros and cons, so database again has some kind of disadvantages also. The complexity in designing, because as lots of data has to be stored, so the design is complex and it takes more time to designing the database. It includes the hardware and the startup cost. In the beginning, also you need certain hardware and the software things that require the costing. Then training is absolutely required in the beginning as the initial stages to get to know about the various types of things or operation that can be done to the database system. The cost from moving the file-based system to database system also, it also add cost, because earlier we were on file-based, now we were moving to the database system. So that also added cost to the system. Next, coming to the components of database system. First of all is the software. Software, as you know, it is a set of programs that are used to control and manage the overall database system. So that is required. Then is the hardware, means the physical devices or the electronic devices, like input output devices, storage devices that provide the interface between the computer and the real world system. Then is the people who are dealing with the users that are dealing with the database management system that we are going to see in the next slide. What are the different types of database users? Then comes the data. Data with database exists. Database management system is a collection of data itself. So database management system exists to collect, store, process, and access data. And the most important component, data is the most important component in this, because all the thing are going around that thing. Then is the procedures. These are the instructions and the rule that assist on how to use the database and how to design it, how to run the database. So these are the procedures or the rules or set of instruction that are given to the user, so that they can understand how to use the database management system. Then these are the types of database users: a database administrator, database designers, end users could be casual users, uninstructed users, system analyst, application programmer, database management system designer and implementers, tool developer, operator, and maintenance personnel. So this we will see one by one. So first of all, database administrator. These are the person who maintain, develop, and secure organization database using the set of rules that have been standardized. the main responsibility of the database management system, database administrator, is to authorize the authorized and monitor the access of database should be given only to the authorized users only, producing and producing, executing, and changing and maintaining the database. It also allows the database to be utilized by the users. It defines a systematic procedure to recover the lost data. These are the main responsibilities of database administrator. Then the database designer, as the name itself is depicting, that he is the person who designs the database structure so that we can meet the requirement of the organization. Then the end users who access the database, these are the persons who are accessing the data through the database query and update the database and generate various reports. There are two types of end users. First is casual users who are accessing the database using the SQL queries. SQL queries means sequenced query language. They are putting their queries through the language and they are putting the queries and then they are getting the results. Uninstructed users, these are accessing through the main menus that are available. Then the system analyst and the application programmer. System analysts gather information and requirement about the end user and the specification of the application program. And in the similar way, they design the product. And debugging, testing, and maintenance of the developed program. These are the main tasks of system analyst and application programmer. So the system analyst we will study in detail in the next unit. Then comes the database system designer plus implementer. The system designers are the ones who design the database app program. They are the designers of database application programmers. Implementers means they implement the database module and they act as an interface between the software package. So then the tool developers, they are the optional packages of the software belonging to the third party, means they are developing the tools for the database system so that you can work in an efficient way. Then the operators and maintenance personnel means they look after the actual running and maintenance of hardware and the software, and they check at regular intervals that the database is running smoothly and functioning properly. Then comes the functions of database. First one is distributed query processing, which means the capability to access to the remote sites and transmit queries and data between the other sites through the communication network. Means you can access the data while you are sitting remotely and you can get whatever information you want. Data tracing means the database have the capability to keep track of that where the data has been distributed, and the replication by maintaining the data catalog. You have to keep a track of database operations. Distributed transaction management. It means the database transaction access data from you can access data from different size, and you can synchronize the access that at a particular point of time a number of users might be accessing the data which is distributed to all the users, and the integrity has to be maintained. Means if one person is updating that particular data, that is to be reflected in other data. Then distributed database recovery. That means the capability to recover the data from the crashes or the failures that can occur due to the technical problem, or could be viruses, or due to n number of problems. So this is about the data recovery. Then security means it should be in line with the management guidelines, and only the authorized users can access the data. Only those persons who have the valid login ID and passwords are allowed to access the data. Then distributed directory management. A directory contains the information about the data. Means it is the metadata. Metadata means data about the data. So the directory may be global or the entire database, or the global for each is local for all site. Means the directory may be available to the entire location or all the people. So these functions increases the complexity of the database over the centralized database management system. So this was all about this lecture. In the next lecture also we will be continuing the database part. There we will be discussing about the types of database. Thank you.